filled. Order filled.
Order filled. Order filled.
Top filled.
All right, I'm going to start the recording here. And then I need to share my screen. Been trying to get this set up all morning so I could have something to show y'all. Okay, I got my screen shared there. Let's see. All right, everybody with me? Everybody that's going to be here? Everybody hear me okay? We're going to record this for anybody that can't be here. All right, the first thing you're going to want is I've been working on, we may have to adjust this ATM strategy, but we're going to try it out on Sim today for the FOMC. So I put that file, that ATM strategy file, in a new category in the Discord. And it's called news. It's supposed to be news spike. Let me just. It says news spike. News spike. Everybody see that? There's a. There. Let me put it in the trade floor. There's an ATM strategy template in there. And we'll go through how to, if you don't know how to add that into your NinjaTrader. So the first thing you need, can everybody see this folder here? So we need to go to open up a folder and then go to your documents folder in your computer. After you've downloaded that ATM strategy template file, just go to the strategy template channel. And then just hit the download button. And then you're going to want to put that file. You go to the documents folder in your computer, and then click on NinjaTrader 8, not NinjaTrader 8 backup, but you want NinjaTrader 8. And then you're going to want to go to templates, and then there's a folder in there called ATM strategy. And then this is where you're going to want to drop that file in right here. See, I've got it in here right here, amongst some other ones that I've got. But the trade the spikes in Q ATM strategy. Does that make sense? Everybody get that? Yes or no? Type it in the trade floor. If you got it, give me a yes, and you don't, no, then we'll work on it some more. Okay, Guppy's got it. You got that in your ATM strategy folder. Then we'll move on. So once you get that in there, you should have it in your in your ATM strategies, like down here. All right, so if you got that, you're gonna need that loaded up. I've got, as you can see, I've got my chart trader. On you can put it on both of them. You're gonna need two charts. One's gonna be a 5-minute chart. One's gonna be a 30-second chart. And so the next thing, and I'm trying to figure out how to get this, do this on the Superdome. It would be easier to execute the orders, but I'm just going to minimize it for now. And so the next tool you're going to need to get your web browser. And I'm just going to go like to Google. Take your web browser there. And you're going to Google world clock. World clock. And it's just probably going to be the first thing that pops up there. See that? The world clock. You click on that. That pulls up this page, and then you're going to want to be on the New York time zone. So it shows the time in New York, 12:13 and 10 seconds, 11:12. That's the main thing you need. So I mean, that's all you need to see. I mean, you don't have to have this big window up. I just, you can kind of cram it down as much as you can to where you can see that clock. Yeah, so like that. Everybody still with me? So that's the main tools you need. The ATM strategy. You're going to make sure it's selected on your chart trader. And I'm going to trade 20 contracts, so you'll need to modify your ATM strategy depending on how many contracts you're going to trade and all that. So let's just pretend. Okay, it's 12:14 right now. Let's just pretend the FOMC is going to be at 12:20. So that gives me some time to explain the strategy. So 12:20, we're going to pretend that the FOMC release is at 12:20. So the last 5 minutes before the FOMC, which is going to be 12:15, is kind of when you're going to be, starting to get ready to put your orders in for the FOMC. So we'll let this tick to 12:15, and we'll go a step further here. All right, so see this 5-minute candle here? This is your 5-minute candle before the FOMC release. So nothing to do here. We just want to have our eyes on that candle for the next 4 minutes. So I know 4 minutes is going to be a while if we're just sitting here waiting. It'll go fast when you're kind of by yourself and trading, but So when we get down to the last minute before the FOMC release, and this can be any major news event, you want the ones that are going to create a big spike in price. This is what we're this is if it's just going to if it's not going to do anything, if it's not a major news report, or over the past month or so it hasn't really created any movement in the market, like any reactionary movement, spike type movement, you'd probably want to not use this strategy. But so when we get down to the last minute, really the last 30 seconds, so depending on where this 5-minute bar is, so let's just say this 5-minute bar comes way down here, and it's it's kind of hanging out down here, and it's going to leave the high is going to be up here, and then the low would be down here. So when we hit the last 30 seconds, we're going to want to place a buy order. We're going to be putting a bracket order in here. So we're going to buy above this bar. So I'm going to place my order above there, and then the last 5 seconds is when I'm going to place my order wherever it's closer. So right now the bar is trying to go. My first order is going to be down here, and then my last order is going to be whichever one's closest. You'll see it'll make more sense when we get closer here. Hopefully this bar will get a little bit bigger so it's not so tight. Yeah, like this bar right here. Let's pretend this is the bar before. So let's just say it's up here, like it's trying to hang out up here. And so the last 30 seconds, 20 seconds or so, you'd want to place your sell order down here just below this low. And then when it gets to 5 seconds before the release is when we'd want to place this buy order, buy stop limit. That makes sense? We'll practice it a couple times. So the 5-minute chart is what we're going to use for our entries. Another, let's see, it's 18, almost 18 and 30 seconds there. So one more minute is when I'm going to be trying to start getting my orders in here. And this is all pretending that the FOMC release is going to be at 12:20. We all know that it's 1 o'clock, but or 2 o'clock, sorry. Is it 1 or 2? Now I got myself confused. Let's see, it's 1400 hours. So 2 o'clock. All right. Another 30 seconds. You could really bring it down, like when it's a really tight bar like this, you might want to wait another 15 seconds or so before you place your orders. But whichever, if the high is further away from the current price, okay, so 15 seconds, looks like the high is going to be, so I'm going to put a buy stop order right here.
Order submitted.
And then the last 5 seconds is when I'm going to place my sell order. So there it is right there. You cannot submit an exit order to a strategy until any of its entry orders has been filled. What in the world? Why is it doing that? Oh, sorry. So, I hit the wrong button. It's not letting me do it. What am I doing wrong? Oh, how do I turn that off? Yeah, OCO probably needs to be off. OCO is off. I know this is possible, y'all. I used to trade this all the time. What am I doing wrong? Sell. Oh. Okay.
Order canceled.
Let me see. Let me just see if I can. Want to buy stop limit up?
Order
I'm just gonna
submitted.
like practice. See if this will let me do it. You can't submit an exit order to a strategy until any of its entry orders has been filled. It thinks I'm trying to put a stop in for this limit order that hasn't been filled yet. It's got to be a setting of some kind. Sell. Okay. I want to do a sell.
Order canceled.
See. I'm glad we're doing this now so we can work out these kinks here. I'm showing 2 o'clock. David? Oh, noon? Yeah, noon Eastern. 12 o'clock Eastern. It's 11 o'clock here. Or 11:24. Mad Dog? Are you talking about the FOMC? I was showing 1400 Eastern. That's what it says on the investing.com. Right here. Yeah, Kansas has got, okay, he's got me figured out here. You need OCO to be activated, then change your chart trader properties under general properties. Thank you. Okay, is that only going to be on my main? on the chart trader section. I'll go into properties, general, okay. Okay, general properties, change ATM strategy to keep selected ATM. Okay, keep selected ATM. Okay, that'll allow me to place a bracket. Okay, let's see.
Order submitted.
Now let's see if it'll let me.
Order submitted.
There it is. Okay. You're the man, Kansas. I knew it was possible.
Order
all right,
canceled.
so
Order
let's do
canceled.
that again. Somebody asked something. Let's see. Guppy. Does the last 5 seconds buy-sell order depend on the color, up or down? Yeah, the last 5 seconds is going to be the one closest. Like in this case, you know, our first order would be down here on this bar, just because it's further away and it prevents us from like getting filled on an unnecessary order. So you know. In this case, this is an up bar, and it's kind of hanging out up here at the high of the bar. So our first order is going to be down here, and then the last 5 seconds, the order is going to be up here. Does that make sense? Did everybody see what I did with the chart trader, Kansas's instructions? You need to place these bracket orders like we're going to be doing is you got to select this right here. You got to go into your you got to right click in this pane here, properties, and then you got to change this to keep selected ATM strategy template on order submission. Otherwise, it's going to think you're trying to place a stop on for the limit order that you've already got in place that hasn't been filled. Thanks to Kansas, we got that figured out. All right, so let's just pretend now that the FOMC release is going to be at 12:30. So another roughly, and another, let's see, let it hit 30. So another minute is when we're going to kind of start getting ready to place these orders. So we probably want to have one cancels other on. That way, if you get filled up here, it'll cancel this other order down here. So you got plenty of time. Look, once you kind of get this down, you got plenty of time before FOMC to practice this. And I'd practice it on Sim. Of course, right? You don't want to use real money to test a brand new strategy that you're being taught, so that'd be dumb. Yeah, David, it's pretty simple. You need the world class. Okay, 30 seconds. So we're gonna go ahead and place this sell stop order here.
Order submitted.
And then, so we're at 45 seconds. So the last 5 seconds, so 55 seconds is when we're going to want to place our buy order. There it is.
Order submitted.
So there's our bracket. So right now, like 12:30 would be the FOMC release, and when you would see the spike. We're not getting one right now because there's no release, but let's just see if we can get filled. It'll be kind of a slow motion kind of thing. So, you know, this prop trade would probably be mostly over by now. See if we'll get filled on the top side here. And so when we get filled on the top side here, the OCO should cancel this order down here, and it should put in all of our ATM strategy. orders as well. If it'll push up here and fill us. Might not do anything for a while. Yeah, 1 p.m. Central Standard Time for FOMC, 2 p.m. Eastern. Looks like it might go to the downside and fill us. I wish it'd do something. It's trapped here. Yeah, we'll go over it again. I was wanting this to fill so we can make sure this ATM strategy is going to do what we want it to do. We'll go over it again, and then we'll also jump back on just before FOMC so we can practice all this together. We'll actually, trade the FOMC news spike together. On sim, of course, not real money. Yes. Yeah, you don't want to do this for PAs. This is just to pass your evaluations easier. Of course, if you're a crappy trader, then don't do you any good to pass evals. But if you're a good trader and all you want to do is get through the eval process, then so you can move on to your PAs, then this will be good. Maybe we'll get filled here.
Order filled.
Okay, so there's our fill on the downside. Everybody see what happened? So it canceled the upper. So you want to have that OCO on, so it cancels that upper order, and then it puts in all the stops and targets and stuff. And of course, this is probably going to jerk around because we don't have any movement, right? But we can clearly see that that everything's working like it should. So that's all working. I'm just going to flatten this.
Order filled.
And we'll go over the strategy again. So the tools that you need are going to be a 5-minute chart and a 30-second chart. I never did go over what the 30 seconds for, but we'll go over it too on this recap. And then the next tool you're going to need will be just open up your web browser and just pull up like Google, and you're going to search for world clock, and then world clock should be up here. This is timeanddate.com. So you just click that, and then it pulls up this site here. And so you got these clocks up here. You want the New York clock. And I just have it kind of shrunk down, squeezed in. I don't need anything but the clock. So there's our clock. That's what we're going to use to time the trade. So the last, let's say FOMC is going to be at 12:37. So the last 30 seconds before 12:37 is when we're going to place our first order, or start looking to place our first order. So there's 30 seconds. So you can see this bar is down, trying to push down. So we want to place our first order the furthest away from the current price. So we want to buy above that bar. Oh, here we go. What is it doing? Let's see, what did it say? Can't be submitted, cannot be reused. Please use a new OCO affected. I don't know why it's doing that.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Oh, cancel your prior OCO. Well, I hit flatten. Does it not cancel the OCO if I hit flatten? Not good enough. How do I cancel it? All I did was uncheck it and then check it again. Okay.
Order canceled.
All right, so uncheck it and then check it again. You want to make sure you do that. Okay. Not good enough. All right, let's do this again. So make sure your OCOs are cleared out so that this works properly. It's been a long time since I've done this strategy, but when I did it, I was using ladder. What was the name of that broker? They had a Sierra-based platform. I can't remember. It's been years ago that I used this strategy. But it works really good if you got a good spike, good news release. All right, so let's pretend it's at 12:39. So right here is where we'd want to place our buy limit.
Order submitted.
Because it's furthest away from current price. And then the last 5 seconds is when we'll place the sell down here. 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, and I'm going to hit the check mark
Order submitted.
right there. And then bam is when the news report would come out, and then that's when you see the spike, right, that we're all used to. And away we go. Of course, we're not getting filled here because it's not an actual spike. Everybody get that? All right, so that's the entry strategy. Then, for the 30-second chart, is what we're going to use to time, the exit if it doesn't take all of our targets out. With just the spike itself. So let's just say this. Okay, let me cancel all these orders here. Uncheck this and check it again. All right, and then so let's just say this spiked up. It didn't. Let's just say this was the spike, and so we're in long here. If the 30-second chart, you're looking for all green bars, and then if you're long, right, on the 30-second chart, you're looking for green bars. Let's just say right here, this is a good example. So let's just say this is the spike bar. We get this green bar on the 30-second chart. We got green, 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 and then we get this red bar print here. This is your exit. That's where you'd want to get out. Same thing here. Let's just say this is the spike bar, and you get in short red, red, bam, we got a green bar, that's your exit. So I would just hit flatten if it was me. I do, mostly market orders when I enter an exit. And, don't be surprised if you get some slippage, because it's, going to be a lot of volatility there. Does everybody get that? It's pretty simple. We'll practice it on sim when FOMC comes out. We'll all, we can jump back on, 15 minutes before FOMC, like 1:45. We can jump back on, and we'll practice it on sim. Maybe by then, by that time that gives you an hour. Gives you an hour to kind of set this up on your own charts. So the main thing, just remember, you got to right click over here in your chart trader, go to properties, and you need to change this under general right here. You need to change this. I think it'll say it'll be defaulted to here, but you want to change this to instead of select active ATM on order submission, you need to select keep selected ATM strategy template on order submission. That's the first thing you got to for sure need to do. And then the other thing is if you've got to make sure before you place a new OCO order, you've got to uncheck and check this again. Otherwise, it's going to give you an error when you try to submit your orders. And you want to have all these kinks worked out because we're timing this down to the last 5 seconds. So if you have problems, then you're screwed. So we want this to be, set up and no problems, because it's all going to happen real fast. Anybody have questions about the strategy? How the entry goes? The entry is going to be off the 5-minute chart. And if it doesn't take out our targets, or we're not stopped out at break even or something, this is going to be what we use to exit. So green bar, say we're long, green bar, green bar, green bar, green bar, red bar prints here, then we're going to be out. You can even get this down to 15 second. If you want it to be faster, green bar, green bar, green bar, red bar, 15 seconds, you're out. Any questions? Anybody got questions? Everybody understand it? If you don't, speak now. Otherwise, we'll get back on in 15 minutes. The only thing I didn't see, how to cancel out the other side once it fills. Yeah, that's the OCO part. So this right here, if you right click in your chart trader, OCO stands for one cancels other. So you want to have that checked there, so that when you place this, let's just say I get filled long here. Well, this sell order down here will get canceled because this long got filled, and then it'll put in all of your ATM orders. But the thing is, if you do get filled here on the long side, and it does cancel this sell order, if you go in to do it again, you want to make sure you uncheck it and then check it again, because that cancels that order there, the OCO order. It cancels the original one, and then it gets ready to put in a new one. So that's the main thing. If everybody's got it, any other questions? If not, then we'll get off of here, and y'all can spend an hour or so getting set up. I mean, you might as well. It's probably just going to chop around anyway. I don't know that I would be trading an hour or so before FOMC, but might as well spend some time getting this set up so we can I'll practice it together, and then we can all collaborate on anything any improvements we can make or whatever. Like I said, we may have to adjust the ATM targets and stops and all that stuff. This will definitely get you started though. David, you might have missed that. I put a file, ATM strategy file, in a new channel, and it's under the new spike strategy channel. It's new spike strategy category and then ATM strategy template. In that channel, there's a file. You want to download it, and then pull up, a folder. Pull up your folder, like your file explorer, and then go to documents. And then inside of documents is going to be NinjaTrader 8, not the NinjaTrader 8 backup. You want NinjaTrader 8. Double click it. Inside of there is a folder called templates. And then right here is another folder called ATM strategy. You want to drop that file in there. As you can see, it's in mine already. So once you get that dropped into there, you'll be able to select it over here on your ATM strategies on your chart trader. Okay, yeah, I think that's probably about the only thing you missed. I went over everything else again. All right, so if you don't have any questions, I'm gonna get off, and then I'll get back on at 1:45, and we'll hang out a little bit, and y'all can ask any questions that you may have as you're setting this up, and then about 5 minutes before the FOMC release is when we'll kind of start zoning in and see if we can practice this together. All right, I'll see y'all in a little while. Adios. All right, so if you're gonna do this I'm trading this in Sim, obviously, but now would be the time to make sure all your OCO has been unchecked and checked. Make sure your ATM strategy is in place. My order quantity is 20. So as far as I can tell, I'm ready to go. $159.55. So you see how this is kind of wicking down. If this wicks on down here, my first order is going to be up here, whichever one's furthest away. $15 more seconds.
Order
All right,
submitted.
there's my first order.
Order
And there's my
submitted.
sell order. See what happens here.
Order stop filled. Stop filled. Stop
I'm not sure
filled.
what just happened. For some reason, it didn't move my stop to break even on the other one. On the last one, it should have moved stop to break even on that last order. But did y'all see how that worked? Hope so. I've got it recorded if you didn't. Did anybody else take it? Nice. Very nice. Let's see what they do with the rate decision. Yeah, they kept it the same. Kansas, you got it. Got it. So that's just one tool you can put in your tool belt. You know, we'll try to put some training videos and stuff in the Discord, for you to reference. But you got the idea of it. I mean, it's pretty simple. All right, Joe. That's all I had. I mean, that's pretty much the trade would be over. Should be. So that's the strategy, and do with it what you will. I would probably just trade it sim, and then